So this last thing is a review item from Bangood, and as you can see, if you can tilt your head upside down, it says handheld wireless vacuum cleaner. Well, I think wireless actually I mean cordless, but yeah, I suppose it's close enough. So this will be sent to me for free at no cost from Bangood, obviously. So thank you very much, Bangood, and check out the links down below if you're interested in anything for my channel or which Bangood sell. Just follow the links down below. Right, let's have a look. One end of the box has been squashed slightly in transit, only slightly, so it probably doesn't matter. I don't think it's affected anything. And what do we have inside? Instructions. That's what it looks like. And packaging, got the nozzles in the top there. Charger thing, which is obviously bounced out from somewhere. Right, let's get this thing out of the box and I'll come back. So here we are. This is what comes in the package. So we've got obviously a manual, which we'll have a quick flick through. This is the actual vacuum itself. We've got this like brush head here, another stiff head and a brush combined, which actually slides down. It's quite an interesting design. So you can use the same stick for both. You have to kind of squeeze those and slide it back up, which is a bit stiff, but it does kind of go. I did it just now. It latches a bit too hard for my liking, but it's probably not a big deal. Also got the typical carpet head, brushes in there, the directional, what are those things called? Brush, Siglent things, I don't know. And I don't see if that comes out. I don't think that roller comes out. Sometimes you can take rollers out to clean them. Maybe you can actually. What's that? Oh yes, so you can. Here we go. As the little clip comes out, you can take the roller out like that. So yes, it can do it. And I've got to put it back in again right away. Like that. Okay. That head, does that tilt? Don't know. It's got a connection on there. That must be a motorised head. Rather, yeah, of course it's. Yeah, it's a motorised head. Alright. And you think this tilts, but I don't see. Is it locked? Yeah, it's locked in. There we go. Yeah, it's got like a latching piece in there somewhere. Okay. Charger, let's have a look. 18 volts at half an amp. For my case, it's in the incorrect plug type, but it doesn't matter. I've got a bunch of these death adapter things laying around. Plug into that. And it's like a standard 2.1mm DC jack. Is that centre positive? It is centre positive, so that's fine. You can always replace that with something else if you need to, if you've got an 18 volt one. And also you've got the old extension one thing with the clips on it. So you've got power connection through there. And those pins on here, so obviously it goes straight through the handle. So inside here will be connections. Here we go. So you've got a collection chamber. Comes off like that. It's nice and easy. Isn't it? It's got a little filter inside here. Oh. I touched the button. Right. Let's see, turn it on. So collection filter, which will come out somehow. I could read the manual, but that's no fun, is it? Anyway, we'll get to this bit, I suppose. Yeah, so that's looks nice enough actually. Okay, so the filter here, you can actually just shove your thumb up there and just push it out. It's got a rubber seal around the outside there, which just seats inside. This feels like some engineering plastic. I don't think that's polycarbonate. What's it called? I forgot what it's called. It's a very tough thing. They use it on like milking machines, stuff like that as well, for the actual heads, so the if the cows stand on them, they don't get shattered. This isn't polycarbonate, I'm pretty sure. It feels tougher than that. Anyway, so that should be alright. And so the filter's got this bulk strainer filter thing there. So it has like a vortex thing going on, so it comes up here, around here, and I'll dump it into the chamber. Yeah. So you got that filter, then you've got this smaller filter in there, which would be the one you have to replace every once in a while, I'm guessing, or maybe clean it, I'm not sure. So yeah. the vacuum cleaner. Can't see too much about it, can you, really? It goes in a certain way. Here we go, that way. Right. Oh, what's worth mentioning, you've got these connections here, which will pass through onto these connections here for the power for the head. On top here you can see is the little indicator scale here, so it's 3 LEDs, well 4 LEDs sorry, but 3 of them currently lit, so it means that that's the battery charge state. You can see there. So you've got a low and a high and then off, so you push it 3 times, turn it back off again. So low speed, high speed, so you can save your batteries if you don't need the full power. And that also needs charging, so I should probably do that before I do too much more, don't want to damage the batteries. On the back here we've got the stats about it, so it's 18 volt 500 milliamp charging, obviously, it's also in Chinese but you can determine it. 100 watt motor, 14.4 volt, and it's also got 100 to 240 volt markings on it as well, which obviously for the charger itself, not for this. You can't plug 240 volts into this thing. Bit confusing, but anyway, so I'll plug the charger in. I've got the charger plugged in to the wall and already powered up. We do indeed get a charge indicator on the top, so you can see it's charging. Also it'll tell you when it's done, and we get a power factor of about 0.59 through that charger, and current's drawing 71 milliamps AC of 10 watts, so it's 10 watt charging power based on my AC hobby meter here. So we'll leave that charging and we'll have a look at the manual. Right, so let's have a look. Chinese. Still Chinese. That's a shame. It's all in Chinese. That's okay. There's not really much you have to get out of the manual really, and I mean there's pictures in it anyway. It's like, you know, like go for warranties or anything like that, is it? Probably not. Not back to China. Going to be sending you back to China, are you? So it's an indication about motor switching, also construction. It shows the parts you get with it, parts list. It's a HEPA filter apparently. That one that's in there says, you can see wood HEPA. Let's get a bit closer to this camera actually. Instructions on how to use it. Plug bits in, push the button. Yep, that's pretty much it, isn't it? Told you to take the filter off. Yep, already figured that bit out. You can wash it, so it shows washable filters. At least the plastic part is, but that's pretty obvious, isn't it? And it mentions about removing the head. We've already figured out without using instructions. And charging. Yep, we already figured that out without using instructions. What else is there? Mentions power here for charging. Power button. Yeah, I think there's nothing really to be gleaned from the instructions apart from what I've just shown you anyway. Well, probably not. There might be some information about replacement parts. You know, new filters. It's got a tear down picture here. That's interesting. Shows you how to take it apart. That's kind of unusual. Batteries. Is that for replacing the batteries? There's battery packs in there. Should we take it apart? What do you reckon? It's only 4 steps. And here's the Resistor manual. I'll just show that in case you can translate it or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's take it apart. So this button here sticks out very slightly. I don't even see it on camera there. Just see it protrude slightly. So now the problem is with this is that if I let it go, it's not going to do it now. No, if I do it in this way, centre of gravity is that way. So it wants to roll towards where the button is. And yeah, so it tends to want to turn itself on, which is, I don't know. In some cases you want things turned on, but not in this case. Right, let's open it up. Crosshead screws, nice and easy. Let's get a screwdriver which will fit. Put some screwdriver on. It's not there. Here it is. I was pulling something else apart and I left it on a different part of my desk. Confused me. So the fact that's in the instructions about how to pull this thing apart, so actually considering the fact one day you're going to need to replace the batteries, so that's quite nice I suppose. That's a nice feature, and so they didn't actually like expect you to throw the thing away when the batteries go flat, or when they've had the end of life. The question is, can you get the battery packs? I don't know, it might just be standard batteries that plug in, like, probably 18650s I'm guessing. We'll see. Alright, is that what screws out? 1, 2, still 2. Three, 4. Not there's 3. Heard 4. Just did it in there. Right, anyway, let's try and get this out. Okay, right, so the button's got a cable that runs up here. Let's try and unplug that. Might be Chinese hands to get to this. Wire's a little bit short. There's probably a method of this. Okay, get on there. Unless the button comes out, so look. No, it doesn't. So this wire needs to be like, I don't know, an inch longer. Literally, that's what it needed. Anyway, here we go. Out. So there's the actual thing. So it's got some filter in here as well, secondary filtering to protect the motor probably. I don't know. Oh, was that straight to the impeller? That's straight to the impeller there. So that's like a exhaust filtering. And there's a little control circuitry, and we do indeed have 18650s in here. Rated at 2200 milliamp hours. Let's have a close look. There we go. Not sure what brand they are. Wonder what the significance is of that purple line. It's interesting. It's got a thermal sensor on there, which is good, so it's obviously got some kind of protection going back to the charge circuitry. So it's not just non-monitored, as it checks for battery problems. There's the wire that goes out to the motor. Not to the motor, it goes to those contacts for the head motor. So it goes down there. Should we take this all off? What do you reckon? That's the wire there, it goes to the motor, just there. Take this head off here. There's a slotted, so I'll probably just loosen those ones. Take those two out. In fact, I think, well, yeah, they're all slotted. Alright, it comes out as one big block. Okay. Let's take this out. So that wire there's a charge socket, sorry, I got it wrong. There's a charge connector there, so that's the charging port. You go into that. So there's the battery pack and control, and there are the motor wires underneath there. There we go. So it's actually got 4 batteries in it, not 6. So it's got the capacity of having 6 batteries in there, not 4. So it reckons it runs at 14.4 volts. So what's that? 3.7, that's 7.4, 14.8 volts with all those in series, in theory. Right. So it's curious that they've got a 6-cell mount. Maybe it's convenient, maybe it's multi-use, maybe got a thing for another device they use, maybe, I don't know. When could you rewire it and make it 9 volts and double the capacity? Maybe, I don't know. Is it worth it? Probably not. So there's a bunch of circuitry under there as well. That looks like it's solders directly onto the tabs here, so we'll be getting that board off anytime soon. Yeah, so you've got tabs here, there and there, there and there, no tab here. So that's interesting. Ground, battery positive, CL1, CL2, CL3. 5V ground ICK ICA. Is that a serial connection? Interesting. Okay, so we've got some like R001 here, so that's probably a current sense resistor here. Checking the output from the motor, so I can monitor its output, make sure it's not overloaded. There's not a lot to see on this side of it, especially with that plate in the way, but that's just the LEDs underneath here. There's not much going on under there. A couple of MOSFETs. That's about it. All the interesting stuff seems to be on the other side. All inside here. That's where the chips are. Again, I can't really pull that apart to get to them to have a look because of the fact it's soldered directly with the tabs. I don't want to take all that apart. Don't really want to do that. Let's get a torch in here, so a bit of look. There you go. Slightly better, right? See through there, can't see what the chip is. Just a bunch of discrete stuff. So there's 2 chips in there. Not quite sure what they'll be, but yeah. It's alright. I think it's actually quite nice. I'm just surprised by the fact that it's got 4 cells, not 6. I mean, why would they design it for 6? It must be a different version. It has to be a different version or something like that. That's all it could really be. Yeah, I don't know, let's have a look. I mean, it's using the same circuitry. There are connections on here. There's that CL2 which isn't used. I think. I don't know, it's set as a 3-cell set, is it? 1, 2, 3, there's no connection here. So that's just a midpoint. So it's measuring that cell, and into that one, so it doesn't need a connection there. So that's obviously the battery monitoring. Curious. So obviously works without that cell in there at all, so maybe it's programmed to allow for it. Maybe that's why it's got a head on there so you can reprogram it. Interesting design. But it's all nice. Compared to me, it's nice enough. Quality of the plastics are good. There's nothing chintzy about the plastics, they all look perfectly acceptable. Probably ABS. I think it's marked anywhere, is it? Oh, here we go, just in here. Probably can't see it though, because of the angles. You can just see it, ABS just in there, there you go. So, acrylonitrile styrene, where's it here? And, oh, it's marked on there too, here we go. It's marked there as well. Use ABS, although it will actually be it should be a flame retardant grade of ABS. Let's have a smell. Can't tell. Usually you can smell it, but I can't smell it in this case. It's got overpowered by other stuff, like the foam and the batteries. Anyway, it may not be flame retardant ABS. Usually ABS FR would be marked as ABS-FR, and it is not. So it may not be a flame retardant one, but usually electrical stuff has flame retardant ABS in it. Right, let's put this thing back together. Oh, interestingly, this thing makes like a beeping sound. It works, but obviously I'll put it back together. But I don't know if you can hear it on camera or not. Here it goes, dong dong dong. Interesting. I didn't see a beeper in there. So my wife pointed out I should probably do some other information about this, such as how much it weighs and that sort of stuff. So if you're using this as a carpet cleaner, we're using this attachment here, that shaft and this head, that weighs 1.6 kilos in total. This piece here weighs 1.1 kilos, and this and that shaft weighs 500 grams. These weigh almost nothing, so it's not worth mentioning it. Now, so this is only basically a kilo you have to hang around. So the handle's, you know, flexible. You can actually, you know, hold it in different ways. You're not restricted by that. The shaft here is not extendable or anything like that, so it's just a fixed shaft. That is the length you get, which is, I don't know, I should measure that. So this shaft here is 72 end to end, 72 centimetres that is, not inches. This piece here is about 37, so say 72, didn't I? So 110 plus this, say 10, because it's end to end. Probably a bit less than actually, so yeah, well 13, but end to end, it's going, when it's all attached together, it's like 10 there, minus that part. Yeah, it's that big. You can do the maths. Keep you on your toes. That's seriously, I'll work it out for you. So when it's all stacked together, it's 115 centimetres long from the tip of the handle to the bottom of the cleaning head for the carpets. So if you worry about lengths, then you maybe, you know, don't care about that. And my wife also said I should check about how easy it is to empty this thing. So yes, it was, you sort of thought I just turned it and popped it off, but you sort of get this thing out. And you can just like wiggle it in like that and pull it out, and all the debris was left in the chamber, and the fluff and hair and stuff was around this piece still. You can still see a few bits on there, and it all just fell off. It's easy enough, and so you can rinse it under a tap if you need to. So, and this filter here does just pop out, which I think I showed before, don't, but anyway, this filter, but it's got some debris on there already. It's ingrained dust. I'm not quite sure about how good the internal filtration is of these holes. Maybe it will benefit from having some better filtration, not sure, but you'll see how long it lasts before this blocks up. But yeah, here we go. Hope your wife's happy now. Well, I suppose the next thing I should do with this is actually go and try it out and actually see how well it goes when it comes to cleaning stuff. Well, I just tried the vacuum cleaner out and it actually worked surprisingly well. It's got a fair bit of debris in it already, even though it wasn't vacuumed that long ago. So it works fine, it picks up stuff. It's good, and yeah, recommended. Go check the links out. Thanks Bangood for sending it to me for free. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Click the bell icon if you're not already subscribed and that sort of stuff. You have to click the bell, otherwise you won't get notifications about new videos, and even if you have subscribed and not click the bell, you won't get notifications, and you won't probably see me unless you happen to be browsing through your subscribe list. So make sure you do click the bell icon, and give us a thumbs up, really important, and share the video if you think people are interested. This thing's fairly cheap. I've forgotten what the price was now, but it wasn't actually that expensive for a cordless vacuum, and it's looking pretty good actually. Construction's nice, quality looks good. You know, I can't really complain about it. It looks pretty good actually. Where's the remote gone? I've lost it. I can't stop recording.